Hey, today we take a look at this question in Python. Write a program to take a number as input and generate as many numbers of the Fibonacci sequence. So, this is what the Fibonacci sequence looks like. We have the first two numbers that are already defined. They are given because they don't actually follow the rule. The rule being that each subsequent number is equal to the sum of the previous two digits. So in this case, starting from the third digit, 1 is equal to 0 plus 1. 2 is equal to 1 plus 1. 3 is equal to 1 plus 2, and so on. This is how the series goes. So it's important that you understand that the first two values are fixed because they don't actually follow the rule. As I said, every subsequent number is equal to the sum of the previous two digits. So this is the logic that we employ to solve this question, and we simply need to change this logic into Python programming and we'll have the solution to our question. So how do we go ahead and write the code? Well, the first statement should be taking a number as input, since that is required in the question. We take a number and we generate that many numbers of the Fibonacci sequence. So we can write this, storing it into the variable n as integer input, enter a number. Now what do we do after this? Remember, the first two values are fixed. This is crucial since these two numbers do not follow the rule of the Fibonacci sequence. The rule only applies for the third digit onwards. So we'll only need to worry about the third digit onwards, about generating as many numbers, right? So the first two numbers are given as 0 and 1, and we'll need to have it fixed as well in our answer. So what we can do is that we can create a list where we add numbers of the sequence, and in the end we simply print out the list. So we can go ahead and make a list. But do we make an empty list in this case? No. Since the first two numbers are fixed, we can go ahead and put them in our list. Now what now after this? Let's say the number that we're given as input is 5, in which case we'll need to generate these many digits up until 3. But as I said, the rule only applies for the third digit onwards. So we'll need to only actually generate these 3 numbers. So any number that's given as an input, we'll need to generate that many numbers minus 2. If 5 is given as input, we need to generate 3 numbers. If say 7 is given as input, we need to generate 5 numbers, and so on. So we need to run iterations equal to the number n minus 2, since n is a variable in which we store the input value. So we can write this as for I in range of n minus 2. Here we don't make use of the I variable. The point of this for loop is simply to get iterations equal to the number of numbers that we need to generate, in which case we can just write n as n minus 2 inside the range function without specifying the start value. Now what do we do after this? Well, we simply need to append values into the list that are following the rule. So what is the rule? Well, a number is equal to the sum of the previous two numbers, right? So we can write this as l dot append. We'll need to add the previous two values. This can be written as l of minus 1, that is we are string slicing, plus l of minus 2. It's important that we write it like this, since l of minus 1 yields the last value in the variable l, and l of minus 2 yields the second last number in the variable l. And this is very important. We should write it like this, because if you were to write it in any other way, then as the list continuously gets updated, we get different values, but we don't want any other values other than the last two digits that are being added. Now, well, after this we simply print out the list. And make sure you put it outside of the for loop, since we only need this print function to work once. Well, this is it for our code. Let's go ahead and run it. Enter a number. Let's go with 5. There you go, 5 digits of the Fibonacci sequence. And if you start from the third number and count, 1 is equal to 0 plus 1, while 2 is equal to 1 plus 1. There you go. Let's run it for a bigger number. Let's say 30. There you go. The answer comes immediately. And if you were to check with each of those numbers, they do indeed follow the rule. Well, this is it. A very simple question. I hope you have understood the logic, which is just add the two numbers that come before, and then that gives the final value. That's it. Thank you and have a nice day.